Upon its initial reveal, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash didn't appeal to me at all. If you've been following this channel for a bit, you know that sports games aren't necessarily my forte. But what if I told you I had been harboring a secret, a deep, dark secret that none of you would have ever guessed? I actually love most of the Mario sports games. I absolutely adored Mario Golf World Tour, Super Mario Strikers, Mario Super Sluggers, and especially Mario Sports Mix. I cannot tell you how many hours my brother and I put into Mario Sports Mix. Even today, it serves as my favorite Mario sports game of all time. More importantly, it proved to me that Mario sports games could be more than just Mario and crew playing sports. Sports Mix had a tremendous amount of charm and a somewhat shoehorned in story, but a compelling one nonetheless. The reason I'm telling you all this, aside from gushing on about Mario Sports Mix, is that there's no excuse for how bare bones Mario Tennis Ultra Smash is. Now, obviously being a tennis-themed game, there's not a whole lot you can do with the material, but before I delve into why Ultra Smash is one of my least favorite sports games, let's start out with some positives. One thing I have to give Mario Tennis Ultra Smash a lot of credit for is how great the presentation is. While there would be no excuse for anything less than this, the game looks marvelous. Character models, some inspired by Mario Party 10 and Super Mario 3D World, are brilliantly designed and all the animations look stellar and smooth. Some, like Waluigi's, look especially goofy and hilarious. Like when Waluigi consumes a Mega Mushroom, he yells "Wah" at the top of his lungs and does a twirl. It doesn't get better than that, folks. And on the topic of characters, I know numerous people are calling this roster lackluster because it has a Sprixie or whatever, but I think it's fine. I mean, character choices don't make a difference gameplay-wise, and I like the Sprixies in Super Mario 3D World. In addition to the great-looking character models, the environments are well detailed. Courts, though not as varied or spontaneous as I would have liked, are nicely designed with bright visuals and a clean art style. And let's not forget about those menus, which you can navigate through with ease. Surprisingly, this is something I want to mention because, while simple, I really love this style of menus for Nintendo games. It's so simplistic, yet so gloriously designed. Oh, and if you're wondering about a campaign or story, there is none. This is a game where you play tennis and nothing more. It's actually more like an arcade game where you just go from gameplay to gameplay at all times. As for the gameplay itself, it's relatively straightforward. Essentially, you take control of a Mario character and try to hit a ball to your opponent in the hopes that they make a mistake so you can gain a point. In a traditional game of Mario Tennis, you have to score up to 4 points and then sink a final point against your opponent to win. To spice up this simple formula, the developers implemented Ultra Smashes and other unique ways to hit the ball. Usually, this involves pressing the required button on a colored circle at about the right time, which isn't too difficult. The only problem with this system is that there's no reason why you would ever not press Y against CPUs. What I mean is that Y is technically the power shot, A is the normal shot, and B is the curve shot. And since Y is almost always the best option to keep the ball moving at a fast pace and to slip up your opponent, I never really pressed the other buttons. But if you don't like this concept of Ultra Smashes, which I can see why since they're a bit unfair, you can just play regular tennis, and hey, that's neat. And there's also this mode where you can rally a Mega Ball back and forth, but the issue with that is the CPU is still programmed to try to best you, so more often than not, you'll lose quickly. See, working with the CPU, who is not working with you as a teammate, is simply frustrating and not enjoyable. There's also some challenges that can net you additional characters and coins, but the problem with that is they require you to play a lot of Ultra Smash frequently. The problem with that is that Ultra Smash isn't fun to play, for me at least. It's as shallow as sports games come by, and playing this for more than an hour left me bored out of my mind. I had to literally force myself to unlock everything because I didn't want to half-ass my review of this game. Even the multiplayer is mediocre because you can't create friend lobbies and the ranking system doesn't encourage you to try to better others online. All you can do is play with random people, and it does very little to improve the overall experience. All in all, I didn't like Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Sure, the the presentation is phenomenal, but the gameplay is pretty repetitive and boring. The extra modes don't even add any challenge or fun because of how uninspired this title is. Furthermore, it's extremely light in content and does almost nothing to differentiate itself from the abundance of sports games out there. As a standalone title, Ultra Smash is mediocre at best, but when compared to the plethora of other fantastic Mario sports games, it's not very good. I wouldn't recommend this to you at $50, and I would certainly not recommend you wait for a price drop or sale. If it interests you, more power to you, and you should go for it. But I cannot, in good faith, recommend a game to you that I don't want to play for more than an hour. It's competently made, but it's so gosh darn generic. But as always, if you disagree or agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching and take care. Have a wonderful day and goodbye.